All right, get started here. Just gonna continue where we left off here yesterday. Make sure everything's in focus here. Looking good, looking good. Okay. All right. Hey, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. What in the world? Get in there. There we go. All right. All right, that should be good. Hope everybody's doing okay today. All right, get this piece here. I should probably talk a little bit about what I'm building today. So today, I'm building the LEGO Sega Genesis Controller. It was a gift with purchase I got a couple weeks ago, and I thought it'd be fun to build on stream. So here we are. And if you've never seen this channel before, I do stop motion builds of all of my LEGO sets. I'm not sponsored. I do reviews. And just like to have fun and do some stop motion animation. Okay, let me get this blue piece here. Okay. There's like these weird pieces are gonna fit in here. There'd be a cap in there, it looks like. Potentially. Let's get that filled in. I think probably after this set, I'll be getting the Game Boy. which I think comes out on Wednesday, and I've got pre-ordered, so I'll have that one. So next week I'll be building that. So we'll be going from Sega to Nintendo. Here we go. There, put this circular tile there. Nope, just a second, please. All right, I am back. Sorry about that. Okay, let me get back to it here. Where were we? Okay, let's see where we're at here on the build. Okay, so now we're adding these kind of sloped pieces here onto the body of the controller. Looks like we've got 4 of those. There's 3 and 4. So I'm doing this build stop motion style, and I do all my builds that way. So if you'd like to see kind of what the finished product looks like, check out the full channel for sure. I do just about any type of Lego set. I'm not stuck on like Star Wars or anything like that. I just like to build. Okay, so now you'll see the bottom screen disappear for a second. I'm going to create a new frame because we need the part that we're working on to animate now. And I like to separate out the animations. Hi there, bud. How are you today? All right, so this is how we animate. First thing I'm going to do is check the focus. That looks good. Here's our starting frame. And I'm just going to start moving this a little bit. Just very slowly. Okay, and now I have this all tacked down so it wouldn't move. You see how much sticky tack was on there? Let me get all this off real quick. Shouldn't take long. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes it just wants to fall apart on me. That's all right. Okay, almost there. There we go. All right, so I'll stick that back on there, stick this back on here, and we'll finish our animation up. So you can kind of see this kind of translucent part is called onion skinning. And that lets me see the last frame where I was. So I'm gonna go about right there. And just keep going. A little quicker now. We'll get it up to speed. So you can kind of see how it starts a little slow and then speeds up. We're gonna go one more frame at full speed. And I'll slow down just a little bit. Make sure that we come to a complete stop. There we go. That needs to go a little further. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so you see how it kind of slows right into place there. All right, now that I have that where I want it, I'm going to tack this whole thing down so it doesn't move. Now I'm going to try to line it up exactly where it was before, as close as I can get. That is actually pretty darn close. Get the back part is up a little bit, it looks like. Let's see if I can fix that. All right, what does that look like? Okay. I guess I had it. Okay, I see there's something. No, that's how it's supposed to be. Try that. Okay. So we can move this just that way. And it needs to slide just a little bit that way. That's too far. Push it back. Okay. That looks all right. Okay. So now we can add our new pieces here. Go ahead and swap over to that. So our next piece is actually a stickered piece. And this is going to be the Sega Genesis symbol. I am a Sega Genesis person, so that's the one I'm going to use. Alright, so the way that I like to put these stickers on, actually let me get a shot of it without the sticker first. Hey Sid the Kid, we are doing a stop motion build of the LEGO Sega Genesis controller. All right, so I'm gonna pop that off real quick. I like to use the brick separator to put the sticker on. It just makes everything a lot easier. I can kind of see, whoop, and line things up a little better. All right, nope, that's not quite it. So I can take that off. Try again here. All right, got it on there. All right, so I'll put this right back into place. Awesome, yeah, I've had it for a couple of weeks now. Just haven't got around to building it yet. I recently did the one-piece Baratier and the 3 mini bonsai trees. And today we're doing this, and then later in the week I'll be doing the Nintendo Game Boy. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, so we now need to slide this piece up onto this, the body of the controller. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm gonna create a new animation scene. So the bottom will disappear and come back. And we'll start our animation. I'm gonna kind of slide it over this way. Yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. It's like applying a phone screen protector or something like that. Just more setup than I want to do. But yeah, that's a good idea. You'll get it perfect just about every time doing that route. Okay. A little bit more sliding here. We're gonna go up this way. I'm gonna kind of make it curve a little bit. How'd you get the set early? I know here in the US, Costco's were selling them pretty, like a couple weeks early, so I've got mine through the LEGO website, so I can get those VIP points. Yeah, I'll probably do like a full animated build and review on that one. I'm really looking forward to it. All right, let me see kind of how that looks. That's fine. Now I'm going to start moving it up this way. Got some sticky tack here so that this can start rising up like that. Oh, cool. Awesome. Yeah, I've seen those posts on Reddit, people getting it early. I I thought about joining Costco just so I could get up there and get one early, but that's all right. I'll be patient. I wish I still had my Game Boy from when I was a kid, so I could compare the size and shape. But unfortunately, I do not have it. Okay, so this is gonna pop right down here. All right, let's see how that looks. That's pretty good. Okay, I realize I missed a couple pieces, and that's okay, because what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go back to build, and I'll just add the pieces there, because we got a few more pieces to add on. Hi, Brick Tours. Haven't seen you in a while. How are things? Okay, so we move this camera around a little bit. I'm gonna get in a little bit closer. And drop this down a bit so it's right in the center. There we go. That looks good. And we'll check the focus here. A little adjustment. There we go. Okay. All right. Now I'll add those two pieces I missed earlier here. I'm always missing stuff. I think probably every set I built, I realize in editing I forgot to put something in. Okay. So now we got these corners up here. How in the world does that go in there? Okay. Like this. Okay, interesting. There we go. Okay, now we've got these pieces going here. I kind of looked ahead in the instructions, and the next part coming up uses kind of a similar technique to the Endurance, like the hull, the sides of the ship. It's like very similar to kind of get that rounded shape. So, be cool. All right. Okay, so these sides are actually different, which makes sense because they have different buttons on them. So I'm going to start on this side first. Got this piece here. No, not there. It goes here. Yeah, right there. Okay. And that one there. Yeah, you can kind of see now in person the shapes aren't as clean as I thought they were going to be. That's okay. It still looks pretty darn good. These kind of retro gaming sets are right up my alley. Been gaming forever and just the nostalgia of it makes me need to buy it every single time they get me. So, Lego, awesome. Gaming, awesome. You put those two things together, it's a day one buy for me. All right. I'm also looking forward to the Zelda sets. Or there's one more Zelda set I think has been leaked. Just what it might be. No images of it yet, but huge Zelda fan. Have been since I was a kid, so looking forward to that as well. Yeah, I think I've got them all up to this point. Once I get the Game Boy, so yeah, I can't justify spending $100 on a new used Game Boy. So I don't think I'd play it because I have the Nintendo Switch Online. I play it there. So, plus all the batteries, I don't want to have to invest in Energizer to be able to play it. Okay, so now we've got these assemblies here. I may actually just be able to build this in place. So let's try it. Yeah, so it doesn't really want you to build it in place because it's oh yeah, Genesis console would be awesome. That would be very cool. Yeah, I had a Game Gear as a kid. My friends always had the Genesis, but I never had one. Our house was a Nintendo house, except for the Game Gear. Alright, then that goes there. And is there anything under that? Nope. This just goes across like this. There we go. So yeah, this actually wasn't too bad to just like build in place. Makes things a little smoother for me. Oh, it does have a, okay. So I'm gonna pop this up. This is gonna go here. There we go. Yeah, now I'm like in between. I go in between PlayStation and my Nintendo. Right now I'm playing Hades 2. I just started that, which is a heck of a lot of fun. And then I'm also playing the Silent Hill 2 remake on the PlayStation. Before I get into the next Silent Hill. Actually, I'll probably play Ghost of Yotai before I get into another Silent Hill game. Alright, that looks pretty good. And we just do the same thing on the other side here. And that's another reason I just love the Horizon sets. There's only 2 of them, but I've got those as well. It's like when Lego and gaming collide, I'm there. I've got just about all the Mario sets. The only one I don't have is the Mighty Bowser. Need to grab that one. before it retires. All right, just about done with this little section here. I can find the piece I need. Is that it? That is it. Okay. That goes there. All right, now we've got these pieces up here, which will go around counterclockwise. Put those in. All right, and I'm going to start with the center piece here, and then we'll go around clockwise around the outside with these kind of edge pieces, these circular tiles here. Okay, yeah, I was talking more of the, I have a lot of, like, I have the first wave of just Mario Kart sets. I don't have a lot of the, like any of the other Mario sets. My kids have some and they like them okay. It's kind of fun to set up courses and play around that way, but yeah. The Mario Kart ones, I think, were a lot of fun. I didn't pick up any of the second wave of those, but okay, that's gonna go in there. All right, now we've got our ABC buttons. Get those stickers on there. Okay, so how do these attach? I need to know kind of how to put the sticker on here. Okay, so it's, man, these go on weird. They're kind of angled. Maybe I should put them on first and then try to put the, how's this looking so far? Looks pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of jumping around and it's getting to be like a lot of black. Okay, so this A button goes right there. And then the B goes up here. It's kind of weird. All right. Wonder if I should do different versions of this section. Probably not. Okay, there's our B. And then the C is gonna sit, I think, back down here. Yeah, that's kind of funky. The way that it kind of goes like up and down. I don't know if I really like that too much. Okay. Whoa, flew right off of there. Okay. And here's our C. There we go. I think that's it for the front. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree, but I also kind of like understand why they would do that. But I mean, is Sonic really that big? I guess it has like its core fans. But I mean, the movies were cool. I just never really got into any of the Sonic games. I always felt like I wanted to go fast and I kept getting stopped, so I never could go as fast as I wanted. Hey, a couple brickheads, good morning. Yeah, for the ABC, I don't know. It looks fine to me. I didn't want to spend that much time on it. I am not a perfectionist. I try to get as close as I can, but I don't need to spend a whole lot of time on it. But I get the wanting to do that for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna spin the controller around. There are some pieces on the top now we need to get into here. So I'm just gonna start spinning that counterclockwise so that we can see what the heck's going on and get all this sticky tack off of here. And actually I might do like a really fast spin and flip it over because we just have a few details to add to the back and the top before we're done, so might do that. You can see kind of what that is going to look like. Yeah, for sure. I'd say at this point though, their bigger market is adult themed Lego sets. I recently added up all the money I've spent on Lego and just things for this channel. Okay, so we're gonna flip this over and keep it spinning. Let's see kind of how this looks. I think it's almost there. I don't know how well I'm gonna be able to put these pieces on here. It's getting kind of, yeah, it kind of slid over. That looks okay until about right there. So can scooch that because I want to keep going here. I need to keep it like right in that center third for the final video. It just makes my life easier if I line everything up. Yeah, this is going to be kind of difficult to do here because it's like so off balance. Start slowing down here. Okay, about right there. That looks pretty cool. Okay, so I need to figure out how I'm going to keep this from sliding around. And that's going to be interesting. I do have like these kind of translucent pieces I might be able to use. Stick those down. But where are we touching at here? So I don't want to put sticky tack on a sticker. So that's kind of a problem. I can probably put some here on the D-pad. And maybe like on top of this might be okay. Then I might put some here and then like stick that right there. That'll kind of level it out as well. All right, let's see how that ends up. This way. Okay, scooch in. Trying to line everything up here as close as I can get it. Let's see how far off that is. That was pretty far off. Need to like slide this like that. That's pretty close. I don't like that little bump at the end, so I'm gonna turn this angle back a little bit. Yeah, there we go. It kind of tilts, but it's hard to tell. Okay, that looks fine to me. I'm gonna do a new scene. We'll start adding these pieces on there, and hopefully it doesn't move around too much. Yeah, I really enjoy doing stop motion. I'm self-taught, and I do these streams and hope that, you know, other people get inspired to make cooler things than I do. But all right, so I'm gonna put some pressure here. I don't want this to move, but it probably will. And these last few pieces, we are just about done, and then just have the base to put together. I don't know if I'm gonna actually build that as part of the video. I might just put it together and then take a few shots of it getting on there. Okay. So I think I have two more pieces to put up here. There's this guy. And this guy. Hopefully it's not moving around too much. And just a hair. Okay. So I'm actually gonna put these next pieces on there before I move everything. I think it will be fine if we do that. Okay. I kind of want to keep this angle, and then I'll spin it around at the very end. I'm going to get these grass pieces going here. And these are going to be kind of a pain to get lined up properly. And there's one. Just putting the sticker on. I don't know if y'all can see me doing this or not. Come on, man. Okay. There we go. Two. We got one more to put on there. I'm really glad that they put this scene on the back of the controller, because I think this probably would have been a pretty boring set and not super displayable otherwise. It's just black. Come on, sticker. There we go. Got it. That'll do. Okay, and then we just have this last top section here. If I can find the piece. Okay, it's light gray, not dark gray. All right. There we go. Hopefully I'm not triggering anybody with my poor sticker placement. It's not that bad. Okay. That's all right. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next, I don't really want to build the stand stop motion. I think probably what I'll do is I'll just build it here real quick, and then I'm gonna animate it in and see how that looks. Okay. These 2 pieces, 3 pieces here. Yeah, I don't know. The stand's not super interesting to me. It didn't look like it had like any really interesting techniques, and I think it would just be more hassle to try to get it built. Okay. Especially with like the Technic components in there, those are always really hard to animate. And you can see, like, I don't know, well, you can't see the instructions right now, but if you've built this, you know what I'm talking about. There's like this little kind of seesaw piece right here, and that would be impossible, I think, to animate or keep still enough to be able to do this. So we are just quick building this here, these here, okay, and a couple of these guys, then this green slope, and these guys here. Oh, and a gray slope up here. Okay. And this goes here. There we go, and our stand is assembled. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna create a new animation scene. And we are going to animate this in. Right here. And let me get that sticky tack off of this. Hey, it all came off already. All right, get that out of the way. All right, so I'm gonna start kind of like rotating this as well, the controller body, so it lines up with the stand. Okay. Move this, spin a little bit. See how that looks. It's a little janky. Oh, okay, because it was set to the wrong frame rate. It's kind of weird looking, but that's okay. All right, so this part is going to be a little weird. It's going to like pop up here. There we go. So I've got that. I'm gonna make a new scene and I'm gonna spin it around and adjust the camera. So I'm gonna give it like a better angle. Let me grab the spinning piece I have back here. If I can find it. Where did I put it? That's not it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I use this for the bonsai trees I did recently to spin those around. I'm gonna use it here as well. So I just have like this little piece here. I don't know if you can hear that, but it clicks and one spin is like 26 clicks, something like that. So it works pretty good. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to set this here. Try to get that straight as possible. We'll put our controller here. I wish that this like connected. Oh, it does. Okay, great. Perfect. Okay. So now we got that kind of set up. I'm gonna adjust the camera here. I want more like a head-on shot. So I'm gonna bring the angle up a bit. Now it looks like I need to zoom out some. There we go. Okay. Check the focus. A little bit of adjustment here. There we go. All right, so got this, and then we just rotate. One click for each frame. Kind of start, need to lift this up some. What was that? That's funky. Okay, let me redo this here. I want us to be straight up and down. Okay. Start it over here. Spin this guy around. Sounds like my kids are having a fun time. They're being so loud this morning. Okay. Hopefully the noise cancellation is working. Yeah, this is very tedious, this part, spinning this around. It's not super interesting, but I think the end result, it looks pretty cool. Come on, you. Yeah, it is Dragon Frame. I've had it for a little over a year. I think it's worth it to me. I did use Stop Motion Studio on my phone for a long time, and when I wanted to upgrade my camera, it was a logical choice, I think. I think it's worth it. There's a lot of cool tools inside of it and automations you can do. Also, if you do like facial animations, there's like a whole face animating section. You can like type in the words you want, and then it shows you based on your frame rate how to take the next picture of the mouth, basically. So there's just like a lot of really cool, nice things you get. I think it's worth it, absolutely. You can also export the videos directly in the MP4s, so I don't have to like mess around with any of that. Yeah, there's like this this audio section here, and you can add, I don't know, I haven't used it in a long time, but you can like put your voiceover in, and you can put in the text of what's being said, and it has like these little animations that show you what to do next. So it's pretty neat. That's probably one of the cooler features. You can also, like, with certain cameras, automate the like focus and zoom in and zoom out and that kind of thing. So if you have a scene where you need to like zoom in on something, you can set it up to just like do that for you, and it'll control the camera and everything. So yeah, I think it's absolutely worth it if you're serious about animation. And then probably the second most important tool is whatever you use to edit the videos, so you can like crop out your, or mask out your regs and all that stuff if you want. But yeah, drag and frame, good stuff. At least it's not like Adobe and you have to pay every month for it. It's a one-time purchase. And they have sales too. Usually towards the end of the year, around November, December timeframe. So, okay, I think one more. That should be a full spin. And that's it. Okay. So I have, let's see, how long have we been going here? Been going for right at an hour. I do have some more sets. Let me grab a couple things here. So I'm all done with that set. I do have a couple of more I was thinking about doing tomorrow morning. Let me grab those. So anybody here, looks like there's just a few people here. I have these one-piece sets I was thinking of doing. Let me come over here, and y'all just let me know, is there any of these sets that you would like to see built tomorrow? I have a couple of brick heads, and then I have this one-piece Buggy the Clown circus tent. I could probably do a full brickhead animated build tomorrow morning. What do y'all think? I don't know if I really want to get into this bigger set with the Nintendo Game Boy coming out on Wednesday. So I'll probably be starting that. I don't know if I have time to finish this one or not, but probably do one of these two. one of these brick heads here tomorrow morning. Okay, so we did the Sega Genesis controller today, finished that up, and I'm gonna work on editing that video, and you'll be able to see the finished product today. I'll have a short put together for it. Cool. Yeah, I'll do maybe the buggy. I think I'll do the buggy brickhead. See how that turns out. Okay, so that'll be tomorrow morning. We'll be building this guy. All right. Thanks everybody for stopping in. Look for the Sega Genesis short. We'll be putting that together very soon.